Ever wonder what the future holds for our world map? Welcome to TubeGeo, and today we're diving into the deep realm of geopolitics to explore 11 potential new countries that could emerge sooner than you think. From the ashes of history to the brink of recognition, the landscape of nations is constantly shifting, and you're about to get an exclusive peek into what could be the next big players on the global stage. But before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Starting from one, we'll start our journey with Bermuda, a British territory nestled in the Atlantic Ocean. The island is a picturesque paradise with a complex history and a longing for independence. Discovered by Juan de Bermudez in the 16th century, Bermuda quickly became a prized possession of European powers, eventually falling under British rule. It served as a strategic outpost in the Atlantic. Despite its tranquil appearance, Bermuda's history is marked by resistance to colonialism. Shaped by African, British, and Native American influences, its inhabitants have long sought autonomy. In the 20th century, nationalism surged, characterized by the rise of the Progressive Labour Party, PLP, in the 1960s. Led by figures like Dame Louise Brown Evans and L. Frederick Wade, the PLP fought against radical discrimination and equality. Economically thriving as a financial center, Bermuda's prosperity masks deep-seated grievances. Calls for independence grow louder as Bermudians strive to shape their destiny. 2. We now turn to North Africa, where West and East Libya embody the challenges of nation building. In West Libya, Tripoli stands as a cultural hub, but beneath its historic charm lies a nation grappling with post-revolution chaos. After Gaddafi's fall, political infighting and insecurity engulfed the region, exacerbated by rival militias and foreign interference. In contrast, Benghazi in East Libya symbolizes resilience amid conflict. Despite its pivotal role in the revolution, the region faces neglect from Tripoli, leading to calls for autonomy. General Khalifa Haftar's Libyan National Army, LNA, has rallied support for Eastern self-governance, raising fears for further division. As West and East Libya stand at a crossroads, their future remains uncertain. Will the nation reunite under a capable central government or succumb to continued division? Only time will tell, but the aspirations of Libya's people for peace and stability will shape its destiny. 3. Our journey now takes us to the South Pacific, to the sun-kissed shores of New Caledonia. This French overseas territory is a blend of Melanesian, European, and Polynesian cultures, with Nouméa's markets and rugged interior landscapes showcasing its diversity. But beneath this paradise lies a simmering discontent. For decades, the indigenous Kanak people have struggled for recognition and self-determination in the face of French colonial rule. In 1988, this simmering discontent boiled over into open rebellion, culminating in a bloody confrontation known as the Ovea hostage crisis. The Kanak and Socialist National Libyan Front seized 27 unnamed gendarmes, killing 4 and later taking more hostages. The hostage takers demanded independent talks with the French governments, which turned violent. Following years of reconciliation efforts, the Nouméa Accord of 1998 promised greater autonomy and a future independence referendum. In 2018, New Caledonians voted to remain part of France, yet independence aspirations persist. 4. Transitioning to Eastern Europe, we arrive at the Donetsk People's Republic, DPR, often referred to as New Russia amidst Ukraine's conflict. Situated in Donbass, the DPR symbolizes resistance against Kiev's authority. Born from the chaos following the Maidan Revolution and Crimea's annexation, it seeks its path. However, the journey to nationhood is fraught with challenges. The conflict has led to casualties, displacement, and destruction, persisting despite peace efforts. For DPR residents, independence is tied to identity and ties to Russia, distinct from Ukraine. Yet international recognition remains elusive and sanctions strain the economy. But for New Russia, sovereignty remains a beacon of hope in a tumultuous region. 5. Continuing our journey, we land on Bougainville, an island off Papua New Guinea's coast. Its lush landscapes and beaches symbolize resilience as its people have long fought for self-governance. Decades of exploitation by foreign mining interests fueled Bougainville's quest for autonomy, leading to the 1990s Bougainville Civil War. After negotiations, Bougainville held a 2019 independence referendum with an overwhelming majority voting for secession. Challenges remain in negotiations with Papua New Guinea over revenue sharing and independence timing, yet Bougainville's spirit persists, driven by the desire for sovereignty. As Bougainville navigates its path to nationhood, the world witnesses a potential new addition to the global community. Will it emerge as a new nation? Time will tell, but Bougainville's determination remains unwavering. 6. Moving over to the enchanting waters of the Pacific, we arrive at Chuuk, a hidden gem within the Federated States of Micronesia. Its lush landscapes and biodiversity make it a paradise awaiting discovery. Yet beneath lies a desire for greater autonomy. For decades, the people of Chuuk have sought sovereignty within the framework of the Federated States of Micronesia. In recent years, calls for independence have grown louder, fueled by frustrations over economic disparities and perceived neglect from the central government in Palakir, and it looks like Chuuk's tenacity will mold its future. 7. Continuing our journey across the diverse tapestry of the world's evolving geopolitical landscape, we turn our attention to the wind-swept hills and ancient castles of Scotland. With its distinct identity, language, and traditions, Scotland stands as a proud nation within the United Kingdom and harbors a long-standing desire for greater autonomy and independence. In 2014, Scotland held a historic independence referendum, sparking a passionate debate that captivated the world. Although the vote ultimately favored remaining within the United Kingdom, the dream of independence remains alive and well in Scotland's rugged highlands and bustling cities. 8. Shifting our gaze to the icy expanse of the Arctic, we arrive at Greenland, a land of breathtaking beauty and untamed wilderness. For centuries, Greenland has been home to indigenous Inuit and Norse settlers, each leaving their mark on the island's rich tapestry of culture and tradition. As a self-governing territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, Greenland enjoys a high degree of autonomy over its internal affairs. Yet calls for full independence have grown louder in recent years, fueled by concerns over economic development, climate change, and exploitation of Greenland's vast natural resources. The prospect of independence does not go without challenges. Greenland's economy relies heavily on fishing and mining, industries that are vulnerable to fluctuations in global markets and environmental factors. Moreover, the island's strategic location has made it the focus of geopolitical competition between world powers vying for control over the Arctic. The world might witness the birth of a new Arctic nation as Greenland charts its course toward nationhood. 9. Moving on to the sun-drenched shores and rugged mountains of Spain, we encounter Catalonia and the Basque Country, two regions that have long stood at the forefront of the quest for autonomy and self-determination within the Spanish state. Catalonia, with its vibrant capital of Barcelona and rich cultural heritage, has been a bastion of resistance against central authority for centuries. The region's distinct language, Catalan, and proud traditions have fueled a passionate movement for independence, culminating in a controversial referendum in 2017 that saw a majority of Catalans voting in favor of secession from Spain. Similarly, the Basque Country, with its picturesque landscapes and resilient people, has a celebrated history of resistance against the external rule. For decades, Basque nationalities have sought to assert their right to self-governance in the face of Spanish opposition. Despite their shared aspirations for independence, Catalonia and the Basque Country each face unique challenges on the road to nationhood. Yet amidst the uncertainties and obstacles, the spirit of Catalonia and the Basque Country endures, fueled by a deep-seated desire for self-determination and autonomy. 10. Turning our gaze across the Atlantic to the vast expanse of Canada, we encounter Quebec, a province steeped in history and cultural identity. Quebec has long been a stronghold of French culture and heritage in North America. From the cobblestone streets of Old Quebec to the rolling hills of the Laurentian Mountains, the province is a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. For decades, Quebec has been at the forefront of the struggle for linguistic and cultural rights within Canada. The quiet revolution of the 1960s saw a resurgence of Quebec nationalism, as Francophone Quebecs sought to assert their distinct identity and autonomy within the Canadian Federation. In 1980 and 1995, Quebec held referendums on independence, with the latter coming agonizingly close to success. While both referendums ultimately fell short of achieving independence, the desire for sovereignty remains deeply ingrained in the hearts and minds of many Quebecers. 11. Finally, let's journey to the wind-swept deserts of North Africa, where the proud Tuareg people have long roamed the vast expanses of the Sahara. The Tuareg, also known as the Blue People for their indigo robes they traditionally wear, are a nomadic Berber ethnic group with a rich and cultural heritage spanning centuries. But amidst the shifting sands of the Sahara, the Tuareg are also facing challenges to their way of life. Marginalized and neglected by the central governments of the countries they inhabit, including Mali, Niger, Algeria, Libya, and Burkina Faso, the Tuareg have long sought greater recognition and autonomy. In recent years, Tuareg separatist movements have emerged, calling for the creation of an independent Tuareg state in the heart of the Sahara. These aspirations are fueled by a desire to preserve Tuareg culture, language, and a way of life in the face of encroaching modernity and political marginalization. Will the dream of an independent Tuareg state become a reality, carving out a new nation in the vast expanse of the Sahara? Well, the undaunted spirit of the Tuareg gives strong signs. With this and the uncertainty present in each of the above, we wrap up the video. The world is witnessing potential shifts in geopolitical landscapes, with many regions expressing desires for autonomy or independence. These stories underscore the complexities of nation building and the enduring spirit of self-determination. Nonetheless, we really wonder how many new desks would the UN have to add in its upcoming General Assembly. This is TubeGeo. If you found this content informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful videos on global events and history. Your support helps us continue sharing engaging content. Stay tuned for more fascinating updates.